Okay, today is May 30, 2024. This is a meeting of the Kubernetes Special Interest Group. As a reminder, this meeting is public, recorded, and posted on YouTube. On the agenda today, we're going to go over the 131 planning spreadsheet and get an update on the items we've committed to as a group. If you have anything that you want to discuss, please feel free to add to the agenda doc. You can find the link to the agenda in your invite. And with that, we'll go ahead and switch over. Okay, so first up, we have, hang on, let me figure out what's going on here. Okay, looks like I need to log in again. Hang on. All right, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and get started again. Okay. So the first item that we have is recovering from resize failure. In 131, it's going to stay in alpha. The API changes have been merged in 128 and still need support, quality of service and address API concerns. Any update on this one?
Yeah, so I'm planning to change the like there was some concerns raised by Tim Hawkins and address those concerns in this release and work with and basically I'm not yet sure like if we'll be able to move it to beta. I need to talk to Michelle and other Michelle and Jan offline if we can go ahead with beta with that. But in this release, I want to address the issues and gap that Tim Hawkins raised about flip-flopping on some of the conditions that we are trying to avoid. Like, yeah, basically like volume resize started, it failed, it goes back to restart it again, and that sort of thing, the state machine transitions.
Got it. Okay, that's helpful. And for this cycle, I think we are targeting alpha based on prior discussions with Michelle. So,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Thank you, Hemant, for the update. Next is volume group API, snapshot, consistency groups, and spreading. Anything new here?
So we are working on adding tests, E2E tests, and metrics, and fixing bugs.
Cool. Thank you, Xing, for the update on that. I'll go ahead and mark that as started. Next, we have provision volumes from cross namespace, snapshot PVC, continuing design work for this cycle, and volume populator is work in progress. So any updates on this one? Okay, I'm going to mark that one as no update for this cycle. Next, we have CSI volume health, additional metrics and or events, adding end-to-end tests. This remains in alpha this cycle. Any new updates on this one?
Yeah, it's almost done. Maybe finished in next weeks.
Awesome. Thank you, Yinky, for that update. Next, we have change block tracking. Anything new on CBT?
Ben, you want to give an update?
So all I know is that we did get a review of the KEP by Michelle. Thank you, Michelle, if you're here. And there was a bunch of feedback, and I believe Carl said he was able to respond to it all. I have not looked at the feedback personally, so I can't speak to what it looked like. But
Awesome.
it was
Yeah.
it was a lot of productive review.
So Michelle asked someone from SIG to review this from the SIG point of view. So we have pinned Jordan. Let's see if you can take a look.
Cool. Looks like that's moving along. Thank you, folks. Next is enable privileged containers for Windows to replace CSI proxy for Windows out of tree. Moving to alpha this cycle. Any new updates? Do we have Eddie or Manu?
No new updates. I think the last that I had heard was that we were trying to figure out if we had sufficient interest and adoption to consider moving to alpha. And I think Mauricio had reached out to somebody from Azure, but I haven't heard anything new since then. So
Got it. Cool.
from the EBS CSI driver side, we do have support for this feature, and I believe GCP is also looking into having this in place. So I don't know what their timelines look like, but I would imagine that at least there are two providers who are willing to have this feature move to alpha. So
Got it. All right. Thank you for that update, Manu. Next, we have always honor reclaim policy, end-to-end tests and code changes, moving to beta this cycle.
So the test is already emerged, and then I think we need to have the host pass updated. I think Colorado has a PR out for that.
Awesome. Thanks a lot for the update, Xing. Next is volume attribute class beta for 131. I see Michelle left some comments on a big to-do list for this, so I assume it's in progress. Any updates from anyone?
I think two things. One was Connor had written some end-to-end tests and sent out a PR for review. It's been in review for a really long time. It would be good if we can at least get some closure on that. And yeah, in terms of the tasks that are needed for getting this to beta, we might be able to help, but we would need some more clarity on exactly what's missing at this point and how we can help.
Awesome.
Okay, so we've been working with Michelle on the exact scoping doc for 131. Why don't we connect on Slack menu?
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. We would like to see, if possible, we would like to see this move to beta in 131. So, if there's something we can do to move things along, happy to help.
Cool, thanks.
Cool, thank you both. And moving on to the next item, we have PV last phase transition time, which should be moving to GA in this cycle.
So the KEP was updated and even merged, including PRR review, and the implementation PR is out. This is very simple feature and very simple PR, just flipping everything to GA.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you, Jan, for the update. I'll go ahead and mark that as started. Next up, we have storage capacity scoring. And any updates on this one?
So both Yang and I have added review comments. I see an update from the CAP author saying he has addressed our comments, so I think we need to take another look.
Awesome. Thank you, Ying. Sorry about that. Thank you, Shing.
Sorry.
Next we have volume expansion for stateful sets designed for this cycle.
Yeah, the cap is out and waiting for review. 然后, Yang suggests we changing the ownership of this cap from SIG storage to SIG app, but we don't receive any review from SIG apps. Maybe need to find someone to help to review it. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. All right. Thank you, Yinchi. I'm going to mark that one as started as well. Next is non-graceful node shutdown. Bug fixes, adding tests this cycle. Anything new on this one?
No, unfortunately, there is a problem with the PR submitted the test, and the failure is still there. So I've not got a feedback from the author yet.
Okay. Cool. Thank you, Shing. Next, we have auto create PVCs with stateful sets. So Matt, I'm glad you're here. I don't know if this is something you're interested in helping continue to drive this cycle.
Yeah, so this has been, there had needed to be a fix to how controllers were dealt with. I've had a PR that's been pending for like months, and it's gotten in a review from someone who unfortunately didn't have power to LGTM. So I've been trying for the last month to get someone to LGTM it from SIG apps. So I've been I'm pinging on Slack, but yeah.
Got it. Okay.
But the rough plan with this is I think that this change is going to need to soak in beta for another release before we can take this to GA.
Cool. Thank you for the update, Matt. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to beta for this cycle then.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks.
Perfect. All right. Okay, next up is Cozy overall move to V1 Alpha 2. Any updates on this one?
So it's still ongoing. Blaine and Matthews are working on that. Blaine is working on updating the cap. Matthews is working on tests, and then there are also a few new contributors helping things around.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you for that update, Sheng. Next, we have CSI Sidecar all-in-one. Anything new on this one?
Yes, so this is Mauricio. We've been ported 3 sidecars into the mono repo. Those are attacher, resizer, provisioner, and bundled them in a single binary. And we also have a single image. Then we also modify release tools to deploy a custom version of CSI hostpath, where we swapped those 3 sidecars that I mentioned, attacher, resizer, and provisioner, with the monorepo image, and we ran the external storage test suite and got a part of the test suite running successfully. The plan is to make a presentation about the POC in the next meeting on June 6th.
Awesome. That's really good progress. Cool. Thank you for that update, Mauricio.
Cool, yeah, thanks.
Next,
Where
we
is
have,
that? Sorry,
sorry,
where
go
is
ahead.
that? No, just looking at it. Where is that repo hosted?
I'll send it in the chat if you want to take a look.
Okay. It's not open on GitHub. Oh yeah, but send me in the chat. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, feel free to throw that in the chat. Next, we have volume populator data source, add metric support and testing out of tree. Any update on this one? Ben, do you know anything about volume populator data source?
No, I haven't been following the recent progress, unfortunately.
Got it. Okay. All right, I'm going to mark this one as no update for this cycle, and then we'll get an update hopefully next time. Next is CSI migration. First is Ceph RBD to be removed in 131.
I think this one can be marked as done.
Oh, great. Okay.
The only thing is I don't know if we need to update the documents. That's the only thing I'm not sure. But
Got
the code is already, the plugin is already removed.
It's updated. Document is updated.
Oh, is that merged?
Yes.
All right then.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you for that update. That's great. I'll go ahead and mark this as done. Next one is CephFS also being removed. Is this one also done?
I think so. Color is the doc is also done for the SAFFS.
Yes.
Okay, so that's also done.
Awesome. Okay, go ahead and mark that as done. And then next we have Portworx targeting beta on by default in 131.
So yeah, so CloudCap was merged and Color submitted a PR to enable the feature gate by default. I think Luis said he need to check with the PM on that. Yeah, so this one we have been waiting. This is like the last one. We've been waiting this for a while, so.
Got it. Okay, so it sounds like the code's ready. We just need to get approval from Luis and the Portworx folks.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, thank you, Shing, for that update. And finally, we have remove dynamic provisioning support from the host path in tree volume plugin.
No update. Waiting for review.
Got it.
Color, if you want to target 1.31, then you also need to fill out the sections for PRR reviews. I do not see that in your cap. I can add comments to your PR.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you for the update, Carlori. Next, let's switch over to notes. So I think Michelle's not going to be able to join till 9:30, but we can go over this item. Looks like they have a to-do list for volume attribute class, getting it to beta. She mentioned that they need help with code reviews and design and some additional implementation tasks. With all the remaining tasks and reviewer bandwidth, it's unlikely to make it in 131, but we can make progress and get it in better shape for 132. So I think it sounded like Manu, you were interested in helping.
Yeah, we can take a look at this and see if there are things here that we can help out with. So
Perfect. And I guess Matt, was there anything you wanted to add to this?
Yeah, I think that is fair. We aren't closing the door on 131, but I think we definitely have to go through the tasks and see what, who is available to help out. Or yeah, so I don't think we have closed the door completely on 31, but I think it's unlikely. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Cool. So let's have you folks connect offline and then we can follow up in the next meeting on this. Anything else on this topic or any other topics for discussion today?
I had one quick request. There was a PR that Eddie submitted sometime last week, I believe. I just posted a link for that in the chat window. It's basically to ensure that volumes are unmounted before Graceful Node shutdown. This kind of builds on the work that Mauricio had done for a potential fix for this issue a while back, but that PR never got anywhere. So this is an issue that quite a few customers have run into. So we wanted to see if there was a way to address this in the upstream code. So it would be great if somebody could review this change and potentially approve it so that we can get it in 131.
Awesome. So folks on the call, please help take a look here. I think Mauricio had implemented something similar in the past, but that ended up not getting merged, lost traction. So let's see if we can follow up and get enough confidence to get this merged and approved.
I took a look at it like when it was open and it was still like at that time tests were failing and whatnot. But we also need probably someone from Node team to take a look at it, just because yeah, it's not exclusively just storage.
Got it. Could you recommend somebody, Hemant?
Okay. Yeah, I can like I don't know, like from our side, I can ask Mrinal or someone. Actually, I'll have to take a look.
You
Okay.
can also go in the SIG node channel on Slack and seek help there.
Yeah. We can do that. I wanted to make sure that we got at least one reviewer from SIG Storage first to kind of make sure that the changes looked okay and get the go ahead before we ask somebody from SIG Node to approve it. So.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. Because the when the graceful node shutdown was implemented, like the node team was they were more responsible for ensuring that all the volumes are. I think I don't remember if they worked on the volumes, but there was like pod priority based shutdown. So they're also very intimately involved with this.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. We should definitely have the Node team review it as well. I think the PR seemed to indicate that somebody did put it on a triage SIG Node CI test board yesterday, but then they also moved it from triage to archive it. So I'm not sure what that means. So. Yeah, we will follow up with the Signode folks as well. But Hemant, if you think you could review it, that would be really great. If not, if you could suggest somebody from SIG Storage who would be a good person to review that, that would be helpful.
Yeah, no, I was taking a look at it. It just the last week I think the CI was still failing on this. So it went. I saw what is this? Eddie committing to fix all the stuff. So I was
That's
waiting
right.
for it to stabilize
Okay,
it.
sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll ask Eddie to reach out to you in case he needs help. So.
right, thank you, Hamad, and thank you, Manu, for that. Any other questions, comments, concerns today? All right, we'll give you 30 minutes back in your day. Thanks a lot, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you.